Tabs is a game in which you beat battles with a variety of units, with interesting strategies and ideas, but because my viewers have the brain capacity of a light bulb, I am now beating Tabs with just the haybaler. The rules of this challenge are so simple that even my dear viewers can understand them. Rule 1, we are only allowed to use the haybaler. Rule 2, don't break Rule 1, and Rule 3, there is no Rule 3. So, following these rules, we shall start Level 1. I decide to use the grand strategy of placing my haybalers in a straight line to attack this formation front on. This is where my first strategy comes into play, in which I control the first haybaler and group up the enemies for the big group of haybalers to come down and take out the rest. This is what I call the Dumb AI Formation Mark 1. This formation gets me the win, meaning we only have 19 long levels left. Now you see, the main plus about the haybaler is that the hay can deflect any penetrating ranged attack, like these spears for example, so this level is a perfect one to use a haybaler on. Now the next level was my first real challenge for me. Both the bone mages and stoners were devastating, and the numerous clubbers made it so you couldn't kill these units, forming a perfect counter for weak melee units. I tried every strategy I had. The line, no. The dumb AI formation, Mark 1, no. The scattered formation, no. Nothing legitimate worked, so I turned to the dark side. Cheese. I tried standing on the side. I tried standing on a tree, but then I found a strategy. The cliffside army. I could balance units on the side of the map and then take control of them one by one, allowing full control over my army. With this strategy, the bone mages would kill their team and allow us to finish them off, allowing the completion of the first challenge level. The next level was similar, but different to the previous. Looking at this formation, there was a high number of units, and you can already tell that you aren't going to beat them head on, so I went back to my old friend. Cheese. Very unfortunately, my cliffside army strategy did not work because my units would just walk off the edge, killing themselves. This made me form my new, most improved form of cheese, the tree pose. Sitting at this tree would cause the enemies to walk off the edge, granting me 3 kills with just 1 haybaler. But this came with the time equivalent cost of 2 sticks of memory. And with that, the tribal faction is done. So now we move on to the farming abomination, in which we learn new strategies and new formations. The first level was one of the hardest in the campaign due to the limited soldiers you get. I spent around 40 minutes on this level, in which I found 4 main cheese points. This tree at the back, this tree at the side, the river, and round the back of this house. The house was the only one which I didn't need to control the unit in order to stand there, but this didn't do anything for me. I tried everything, and the most notable idea was where I tried to drown myself and make the others follow, but this idea was still very bad. It wasn't till much later when I remembered an old face. What I call the Dumb AI Formation Mark 1. The Dumb AI Strategy Mark 1. The memories of this allowed me to create its brother, the Dumb AI Strategy Mark 2, in which I jump off the edge to sacrifice myself and get some enemies to follow me. After trying this strategy for around 4 minutes, I surprisingly win, moving me on to the next level. This level was one of the most annoying ones, due to the way I beat it. I tried beating it with the 4 main cheese points of this map, and by going around this side of this building to avoid fire, while the other soldiers took out the enemy haybalers. But then I find out all I needed to do was to run at them straight and get lucky with the potion seller's aim and my troops' superior training. And after around 10 battles, I managed to win with this idea. This level had a different map, so I wasn't able to use any of the cheese points I used before. But I didn't need to anyway. I was determined to face them head on, and I did just that. I started with the line, but realised there was too little concentration, so I shifted to the rectangle, and that was a lot more successful. I stuck with that and tried both controlling as a unit and not possessing one until I seized victory. For this level, I came across my biggest threat, my main combatant, my greatest weakness, the Harvester. It is the sole thing that my species, the haybaler, does not like. It tears through my people quicker than your 6-year-old nephew screams 6-7 after seeing a 67-year-old woman getting arrested on the news. I switch up my strategy from the line. I decide to use a dumb AI formation Mark II, which works quite well in this battle. I start by placing the majority of the haybalers back here and one over here, so that the harvesters walk towards it and I can convince them to walk off the edge with me. If I'm lucky, the group of haybalers would defeat the potion sellers and still have a large amount of their friends left for them to sweep up the remaining halflings. This idea worked a charm, and after a few attempts I managed to take out the harvesters and most of my troops were still alive, granting me the win. And with that, it is on to the medieval faction. You may look at this first medieval level and think it's going to be impossible, as we only have 10 troops and they have over 20, but if you did think that, then you must have forgotten our old friend, cheese. There are two simply overpowered cheese spots on this map, this tree and these rock patches. Both just cause enemies to kill themselves trying to pathfind to me, so for this level I can just sit up in the tree and wait for the squires to follow me, eliminating themselves. This level was a level I was very happy to see. The Bard, one of the weakest units in the game, and the Archer, a unit perfectly countered by the Hayler, were both in this level. I placed my units in a straight line and I won first try. This level I had the strategy nailed down first try, understanding that this catapult will fire at the first haybaler, whom it might hit or miss, so that's what the second haybaler was for. I would control the first and go around to take out the catapult, and then, by then, the large group at the back would have enough time to come up and destroy the small group of squires, granting me the win. This played out amazingly as I thought, moving me on to the next level. This level would return us to the topic of cheese, as I could already tell that my measly haybalers were no match for the powerful king. I placed all of my units in the front to take out as many squires as I could, and one haybaler at the main cheese point of this map. This tree at the back portion of the map, granting enemies a fall to their death. After the king fell, I walked back down the tree to take out the healers, moving me on to the ancient faction. This first level was both a mastery of skill, strategy and luck, as I found out that if I put an equal number of troops on the top and the bottom half, I would consistently beat the top half more than the bottom. So with this new knowledge, I decided to help out the troops on the bottom half by taking control of one of them. After a few tries of this, I managed to beat it. This level was another level of cheese, as hoplites are such powerful units compared to the haybalers, making it an unfair matchup. There are several weak cheese spots, like this cliff, the lighthouse and the water. The cliff and the lighthouse don't provide proper pathfinding for the enemies to come and eliminate themselves, and there are no units to back me up when I try to lure them into the water. But when I combine the lighthouse and the water, it forms a complete cheese strategy. The grounded haybaler leads the hoplites around this spot and drowns itself, and the only unit left for the hoplite to attack is the haybaler on the lighthouse, so they all walk into the water, drowning themselves, granting me the win. This level here I beat with a mastermind strategy by placing some units at the top and at the back so they intercept the shield bearers, engulfing them. I control a lone unit who takes the hits of a ballista bolt, which do count as a penetrating attack, meaning the haybaler takes no damage, allowing me to take out the ballistas in peace. With this perfect strategy I played and it worked out amazingly. This level was quite an interesting one, because my haybalers were no match for the two mighty minotaurs, so instead I had to stand by the edge of the map to let the minotaurs fly by me like a 21-year-old after getting his driver's license. I placed my army at the far back to avoid grabbing the minotaurs' attention, meaning they only needed to take out 5 sarissas, proving this level to be quite an easy one. The Viking faction, the most difficult level in the introduction campaign. Units so strong that it would take entire armies just to take down one of their powerful soldiers. And now, it has come down to this, the haybalers. This first Viking level had 6 powerful brawlers that my great 26 haybalers could not defeat, so I had to get crafty. I would use the dumb AI formation too, sacrificing myself at this cliff, killing 3 brawlers. The other 3 would luckily be defeated by my army, but luck was necessary, as I needed to position myself right so that the archers wouldn't gang up on me, slowing my movement. I do end up managing to take 3 brawlers with me, and my grand army would defeat the other 3, leaving easy pickings of ice archers left to defeat, meaning there is only 3 levels left. This next level. It had 14 brawlers and a Jarl, which would take over 300 haybalers to defeat, and with no proper cheese points, I was stuck. I tried standing in this tree, to which they gathered up below me, doing nothing for me. This rock at the back of the map was promising, but it was just too large, allowing enemies to kill me on contact. But then, I had a plan. If I placed a unit at the back, I could walk off the edge of the map, hopefully allowing the others to follow. And you may think that placing the rest of the units was a good thing. Well, it isn't, due to the fact that the Jarls would get stuck on their own ice pillars, and we could not allow that to happen, as we needed every single unit to follow me off. To assist me with this, I did place another haybaler on the rock protruding from the side of the map, because it would give me more time for the enemies to follow and not double back, meaning that hopefully all of the units would follow me. I also placed a unit in the tree to allow me to continue the battle even when both of my other units are dead. The units in the front allow the enemies to group up closer, meaning that they have a higher chance of following me. All of this strategy came down to this level. To which it worked. The units followed perfectly down the side, meaning that I only had 2 levels left. 3 Jarls! Oh my god, 1 was enough. Well, despite the amount of firepower the enemy had, I could reuse the exact same strategy from before. This did work, but it was much harder to get all of them off. On top of this, I had to position the haybaler just right in the tree, that when all of the melee units were dead, it could climb down the tree and take out the ice archers. And this strategy took so many attempts. And then I got it. The hardest level was complete. The last level I beat first try, with a combination of the dumb AI formation Mark 1 and a 1v3 duel at the end to finish off the campaign. Made it this far, subscribing would really make my day, as well as commenting what sort of challenges I should do next. And with that, thank you for watching and have a good day.